everybody, welcome back. These are some psycho sister-in-laws that ruin the wedding day. Story time, recited. All of these are from the Charlotte Dobre YouTube subreddit. Sister-in-law smashes wedding cake and gets disowned at brother's wedding. Hey, I didn't even know what tag to use as this story is messy. In every sense of the word, I assume. I'm using fake names, although the groom and bride allowed me to share the story. This is my sister's story, yet I'm involved as well. I, 18 female, have a sister, Anna, 24 female. We grew up as close as possible and we always did everything together. When Anna met Alex, her now husband, he worked at my parents' restaurant part-time to get his life started. Alex and Anna fell in love immediately and our families got along well. Despite the age gap, Alex and Anna share life views, so it all worked out. Yet the only person that didn't like Anna, nor my family, was Sophia, 21 female, Alex's sister. Sophia made a big deal out of everything, yet she always acted like my sister's best friend. Her facade crumbled down at their wedding. Alex and Anna started dating 3 years ago and got engaged 2 years ago. The wedding took place this year in March. Sophia went dress shopping with Anna, yet didn't participate in the wedding planning. It's not the culture where I'm from. Yet she had every type of request in the book. Vegan menu, no flashing lights, saying it would give her a seizure because of her epilepsy, which her mom denied her having.
You liar!
No smoke machine as she would choke. No roses in arrangements or bouquets as she was deadly allergic. As my sister planned the wedding, Sophia kept shooting her snarky remarks and was always rude, calling her every name in the book. And when my sister announced her pregnancy 2 months before the wedding, and the fact she'd named her kid after her best friend, whom I knew was an amazing woman, that sadly passed away in a crash, Sophia called her idiotic and unable to get over it, as to her, said best friend's name was ugly.
What is wrong with you?
Oh, she sounds fun. Alex agreed with the name as he liked it himself. Her reaction and hurtful words pissed me off, and no one was allowed to treat my sister with so much disrespect. So without consulting Anna, I changed the tulips from bouquets and arrangements to roses. Just to see if she'd fake it, as her mom always had roses in the house, and she seemed completely unbothered by them. Oh, that's the ticket. I mean, okay, like I'm not sure if I would do this. Like, it's interesting to see, just to see, but I wouldn't outright do it at the wedding. You know what I mean? Because I feel like, what if she was actually allergic to roses? You could like get her a bouquet or something and be like, oh my God, sorry, I totally forgot. But even that, like, I don't know. I had EpiPens on me at the wedding just in case I was wrong. At the wedding, Sophia showed up in a baby blue dress, or so she said. To everyone, it was white. The whole wedding, she complained and seemingly didn't even notice the roses until Maya and Anna's aunt mentioned it. Sophia started panting and crying out, causing a big scene and grabbing at her neck, seemingly out of thin air. Why, hello there. It is time to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video, Bombas. You see that? You like that? That's a nice sock. That's a good looking sock right there. Y'all, when I tell you, these are the best socks I have ever worn. Mike actually introduced me to Bombas socks and I used to like steal his. Don't worry, they were clean most of the time. So when they wanted to sponsor a video, I was like, dude, I already wear these socks every day and I know they're good. And here's why. They are super good quality. They focus on premium materials like merino wool and extra long staple cotton. I'm active. I walk a lot. I work out multiple times a week. And since wearing these socks, no little piggies have come out to play. Bombas is also a great company. For example, did you know that the item that homeless shelters need the most is actually socks? Socks are an item of clothing that you can't really donate if they're used. I mean, you could, but best to not. Bombas have a one purchased, one donated policy, and they've donated like 150 million items to date. You're gonna feel good and you're gonna do good and you're gonna save some money. If you use my code at checkout, you're gonna get 20% off your first order. Just go to bombas.com/Charlotte Dobre and use code Charlotte Dobre, all caps, to get 20% off your first order. I'm gonna give you one more look. Oh yeah. Starting to throw herself on the table where the champagne and cake were, knocking both down. Everyone was looking. There's a term for this, right? Like I've actually been watching like a lot of documentaries of people who claim to like really famous people who claim to like either have cancer or like some sort of like fake disease, and they use it as like their personality and then they get exposed. There's a term for it. Is it Munchausen syndrome? Munchausen syndrome, now formerly known as factitious disorder imposed on self, is a mental health condition where individuals intentionally fake or induce physical or psychological symptoms to appear ill, often seeking attention or sympathy. This is actually like so much more common than you would think. It's not as simple as, pretending to be sick because you don't want to go out. Sorry, I can't go to work today. It's a lot deeper than that. I think it stems from maybe at some point early in childhood, they, were sick and they got the attention that they sought. Everybody kind of coddled them and came to their every whim, walked on eggshells around them, and they started to learn.
I'm learning.
If they were just poor, sick old me, they didn't have to behave like a normal human being. Everyone would always tiptoe around them, treat them with all of the respect and attention that they've always wanted. I find that people who can't get attention any other way often are like this. They use it as a way to be center stage. And believe me, I know someone like this. So the cake got destroyed, Anna started crying, and Alex comforted her, while Alex's parents, Maria and Vladimir, started berating their daughter for making a fool of herself and their family. Vladimir said she's disowned and he hoped to never see her again.
You're done. You're done.
And everyone left her on the floor crying and continued celebrating my sister's beautiful marriage. I played petty and picked a rose from one of the arrangements and threw it on her. Whoa, okay, bestie. Before calling security and going to enjoy myself. Post-wedding, Sophia posted about us on social media, complaining how we intentionally triggered her and got her disowned, and is currently dragging my sister through the mud. We're trying to take legal action, but we'll see what we can do. I'll update if necessary. Yikes, that girl is so overly dramatic. I'm convinced she made sure to crash into the table with the wedding cake just so she could ruin the wedding. And maybe the whole ploy about the roses was, everybody gets roses for weddings. I'm sorry, but roses are a thing at weddings. Just finding little ways to kind of sabotage, right? And then she realized that you probably intentionally did that and acted like a psychopath. I'm glad your in-laws didn't enable her behavior and in fact disowned her in front of everyone at the event. How are you not embarrassed? Yeah, some people are saying that this might have been fake because, as I said, what if she was actually allergic to roses? I understand the pettiness behind it, but don't use this as oh, okay, I'm gonna do this to someone who says that they're allergic to something. Let's just get that out of the way. Should have used the EpiPen, better safe than sorry. Okay, settle down. My sister-in-law's wedding karma. Hey everyone, I've never posted on here before. Welcome. But after watching so many of Charlotte's videos on YouTube, I thought,
Why not share my own story?
why not indeed? Little background, setting the scene. My husband and I have a blended family.
Don't breathe this.
I have 3 children and my husband has 2. His youngest has special needs. This is important to the story.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
My husband and I did not invite his youngest sister to our wedding. Why? Because she is drama. My husband wanted his brother to be his best man, and because of false accusations dear dramatic sister-in-law made that ruined my brother-in-law's life before she publicly declared she did it for attention and nothing happened. I beg your finest pardon? My husband decided he wouldn't put his brother through the stress of being near her. Fast forward a few years, we as a family get an invitation to sister-in-law's wedding. It was a beautiful outdoor Great Gatsby Roaring 20s themed affair. My family sits down at the table and waits for the ceremony to start. After about 5 minutes, my mother-in-law comes up and tells my husband that sister-in-law wants her immediate family to sit at the very front. She looked at me and asked if I minded. Not at all. Ooh, rude. I'm sorry, immediate family does get to sit at the front, but I think it goes without saying that their partners also sit.
Criminal offensive side eye.
As my children and I are sitting away from my husband, I see my beautiful stepdaughter, the one with special needs, and her mom and stepdad. Guess where all of them were directed to sit? Yup, at the very front with the immediate family. Right. Yeah, that was a dig. That was a dig. My husband was angry. He came to sit back with me. I told him calmly it was his sister's day. She wanted him at the front. He needed to respect that. I didn't realize the groom overheard. He tried to get another chair for me, but I told him no. I wasn't trying to create any problems, and I looked back at my husband and said, "We're leaving as soon as the ceremony is done." Mind you, this is all in front of the guests, including the groom's family, friends, and her friends and extended family.
That sounds messy. Okay.
Not a good look. The ceremony was beautiful. My sister-in-law looked ethereal. It was perfect for her. My goodness, you seem like a very well-grounded, really understanding person. I think that you are handling this beautifully, and the way that you talk about her is like, it just goes to show that you're not being petty in this at all. That's all it is. It's just family. Ain't that deep. After the ceremony, as we were leaving, my other sister-in-law asked what was going on, and my husband told her. She was appalled. We noticed some other people leaving but thought nothing of it until afterwards. The bride called my husband the next day crying because apparently almost everyone left after the ceremony. She wanted to dance with her big brother because she couldn't have a father-daughter dance, but he left without saying goodbye. I mean, I think that that's kind of her fault. Both sides' family left soon after too, and she had no clue why. I think like intentionally excluding people and making like a big scene about it is kind of silly. She wasn't even able to get family pictures. That's when my husband blew up at her and said, "Yeah, you didn't get family pictures with me because you disrespected half of my family." Period. I love this for you. After explaining to her what happened before she came down the aisle and how he wanted to leave, but I was the one that told him to sit at the front because it was her day and that's what she wanted, and how everyone there saw how she treated people and thought it was less than her, when in reality I showed more grace and dignity than she would ever possess, and they knew it. She then cried, and she only did it because I didn't invite her to our wedding. Yeah, but listen, that's not your... Okay, hold on a second.
Wait a minute.
That was also not just your decision. That was also your husband's decision. He actually had to tell her that it wasn't me that didn't invite her, but him. She was his sister. It was his responsibility, and she should be mad at him. We all cut contact with her, but it was after she called us demanding we financially support their mother. She was in on the wedding stuff and is extremely toxic in her own right. Well, that's my story. I hope you found it entertaining. What a way to just genuinely ruin your own day. Like, just to be petty and spiteful like that, like, you didn't have to do that, okay? At that point, it's like you're bringing this negative energy to a day that's supposed to be special, and you're being like spiteful for what?
I have cause. It is because I hate him.
I understand she felt some type of way about not being invited to your wedding over things that she did, but like, not only did she exclude you, she also excluded her nieces and nephews and made them feel like they weren't part of the family.
You see, your actions have consequences.
I'm really glad that everybody had your back. We're not going to talk about what the sister-in-law did, like the allegations against the brother and what caused her to not be invited. But I just find that very, very funny that she caused this whole situation, the not being invited, and then is still being spiteful toward you. Well, if it isn't the consequences of one's actions. What is the relevance of the stepdaughter having special needs? I feel like I'm missing something. Okay, yes, this wasn't addressed. Oh, I'm sorry. My stepdaughter is wheelchair bound. My sister-in-law's excuse for having them sit in the front with the immediate family was because she didn't think my husband could handle his daughter. I can understand having her mom there in that case, but then why have stepdaughters and stepdads up there too? That's a good point. Yes. And also, really relevant update that I thought I would share. I think they're divorced now.
Oh, there's a big surprise.
I don't know all the details because I really don't care to know about her. Love this. Let's not put our energy into people that don't serve us. I don't know the details. I really don't care to know about her. I know she has 2 children and works as a flagger for road crews. You really did kill her with kindness in this respect, and I'm proud of you. The good thing about people is they often show their true colors without you having to do anything. Crazy sister-in-law tries to interject herself into my wedding. Bridesmaids, have my back. I love hearing Charlotte's take on wedding drama. So after just finding out some drama that happened at my wedding 10 years ago, I thought I'd share. Ooh, goody, goody.
Won't you share your thoughts with the whole class?
Throwaway because my family knows about my mane. My husband's eldest sister is the most egotistical, dramatic person I know. She has to be the center of attention at all times. I saw her a handful of times before we got engaged, and we were not close. Well, after getting engaged, someone gave her my number, and she was very vocal about what I should do for the wedding.
Hey, I have this great idea.
She gave me the contact for a Mennonite wedding dress shop. I informed her I had already gotten my dress. She then wanted to see a picture and complained I didn't invite her to go dress shopping. I replied that I kept it small, with just my mom and 2 bridesmaids, and that I was not sharing the picture of my dress with anyone. That is honestly a good call to not share it with anyone, because especially someone that you don't trust, I don't know.
I'm on to you.
I don't see that going well. Soon after that, she told me that her youngest daughter was the perfect age to be my flower girl, and that she already has a flower girl dress for her to wear. I said my niece was going to be the only flower girl. She said I was welcome to use the white flower girl dress for my niece. I told her I don't want my flower girl in white, but thanks for the offer. She insisted that I had to put my flower girl in white. I stopped replying.
Oh, but you simply must, darling.
Says who? Says who? Then she wanted to know what the brothers should wear for the wedding because she was going shopping and she was gonna go pick up new shirts for them. We informed her that the brothers were not a part of the wedding party, so it doesn't matter. She said the boys have to be in the wedding because they are family and it's a tradition. We told her it's our wedding and we were gonna do what we want and not because it's tradition. These are just a few of the ones that I knew about. Now to the things I recently found out about my other sister-in-law, her sister. The day of my wedding wasn't perfect, but I had the attitude of, if it's something that can be fixed, fix it and move on. If it can't be fixed, take a deep breath and move on. Don't let anything mar this day. The bridesmaids knew about my wedding day philosophy and that my soon-to-be in-laws were difficult, so they knew to run interference. Defense! The best offense is a good defense. Is that the term?
The team, go sports!
For example, my bridesmaids and I were outside the venue getting pictures taken when the in-laws arrived. Mother and sister-in-law started to approach and the 2 bridesmaids who knew them went over and stopped them from coming over, saying we only had so much time before the men arrived so they can talk to me and get pictures together later. On to the sister-in-law trying to interject into the wedding. We got our pictures done and then I hid away in the bridal suite until the ceremony. My bridesmaids were wonderful, helping to make sure everything was set up and ready to go. They were coming and going and reassuring me that vendors were here, decorations were up, etc. What they didn't tell me was that my sister-in-law was using me being absent to insist that her daughter was one of the flower girls.
Why?
What a silly hill to die on. Like, really? She actually had her 4-year-old in the white flower girl dress. Bridesmaids knew about this and politely showed her the wedding program with the bridal party listed, the one where her daughter was not listed as the flower girl. She then wanted to know where the family was gathering to be escorted in when the ceremony started. We had no family being escorted in, not even parents and grandparents. Bridesmaids set her straight. Oh my goodness. The fact that they even have to do this, like, they're small things, but it's also just like, why create problems? Just show up.
Get wrong.
Like, in this sister-in-law's mind, she's trying to like have control over some aspect of the wedding. Maybe she's, genuinely thinking like,
Oh, this is the way our family does it. And, I want to keep up with tradition.
but at the end of the day, it's not her wedding and she should just shut the front door. She tried to convince my soon-to-be husband that I approved her singing a song during the ceremony. Oh. Again, my bridesmaids intervened and said they would go confirm with me. Why create these problems? Just sit back, enjoy the party.
Get wrong.
She then changed her story and said it was her wedding gift to us. Depends on how good she is. Husband politely declined and said the ceremony was already planned and to change it now was too much trouble. Yeah, don't you need to be set up with AV and stuff like that in order to accommodate a request like this? It is actually so unbelievably common for family to interject like this. It seems small.
No big deal. It is a big deal.
The little things pile up. I can tell you right now that between signing wedding contracts, ensure I'm paying deposits on time, navigating the 120 person guest list, navigating all the people who, didn't book when I told them to book and now are scrambling to find a place to stay, navigating, all of the weird family dynamics and drama, people who say they're coming and not coming and then coming and then It's just keep in mind, when someone is getting married, someone in your family, a close friend or whatever, they are already dealing with a lot and navigating a lot. So while you might think that, just like a simple request like this is an easy thing, it becomes not an easy thing, because after a certain point, it's like, please just, I don't need another thing on my plate.
Can't you see I'm busy?
I already have another full-time job planning a wedding and accommodating everybody. Please, just don't. I'm sure there's more things she tried to do that I don't know about, but these are the 3 I just found out from her sister, who I also just learned was asked by my husband to keep an eye on sister-in-law the day of the wedding. I confirmed with one of my bridesmaids that she told me the bridal party did stop mother-in-law from doing numerous things to bring attention to herself. They were happy to do it and were glad that I could have as stress-free of a wedding as possible. Bridal party for the win. Honestly, kudos to your friends. Oh, and she also wore a white shirt with a pink skirt and tried to get her other sisters to wear white shirts so they would match in the family pictures. Luckily, it's not something I noticed until looking back at the wedding pictures. I mean, listen, all of these things are kind of not overtly trying to steal the spotlight, definitely trying to have control over some aspects of the wedding, but just back off. Those were some psycho sister-in-laws that tried to ruin the wedding. It's sad that I found quite a few stories and only in our subreddit that work with this topic. Subscribe!